So Claude Code has been getting a serious updates and a few of them are actually worth paying attention to. Not all of it is flashy, but some of it genuinely changes how you would use the tool day to day. So the first thing is Ultrathink coming back. If you have been using Claude Code for a while, you probably noticed that at some point Ultrathink just stopped doing anything. Typing it in your prompt did not seem to changes how Claude Code responded. People on Reddit were posting about it, and the general feeling was that output quality had noticeably dropped since it disappeared. Anthropic closed that issue on GitHub, and with version 2.1, the keyword is back again. Also, in the same update, Anthropic changed Opus 4.6 so that it now default to medium effort for Macs and team subscribers. Previously, it was defaulting to high effort on every single prompt, which means Claude was doing heavy reasoning even when you ask it a very simple thing, like renaming a variable or writing a short comment. Medium effort handle those faster and cheaper. Ultrathink now act as part turn override. You type it in your prompt and that specific turn runs at a high effort. The next prompt goes back to medium, so the idea is you get speed by default and you manually reach for deeper reasoning when you actually need it. For something like debugging a weird race condition or planning out a multi-file refactor, you would throw Ultrathink in there. For quick stuff, you just don't. That's honestly a reasonable trade-off. The frustrating part before was that there was no transparency about what effort level was being used, and the community noticed the quality. At least now you have a lever to pull. One thing worth mentioning, Ultrathink maps to high effort. You can also set that manually through the slash model command and it reset after each turn. So if you are deep in a complex multi-step task, you need to include Ultrathink on every prompt where you want that level of reasoning. Okay, so now the skill creator. Anthropic has made it more useful for people who actually build and manage agent skills inside Claude Code. The main change is that it now has a built-in generation. You can point the skill creator at one of your existing skill and tell it to generate a test, and it will produce test scenarios, run benchmark, and measure things like pass rate, runtime, and token usage. The practical value here is that as new cloud model shapes, your skills don't just silently degrade. You can run and see if a skill breaks after a model update. You can then give that feedback to Claude and have it fix the skill. The whole loop runs without you writing any test code manually, which matters a lot because most people building agent skills are not necessarily writing unit tests for them. To get started with it, you just need to go into the plugin tab in your Claude Code and make sure Skill Creator is installed. Then restart Claude Code and you can start prompting it directly for whatever skill you have already set up. Also, the remote control is also available now for all paid plans. You can control your Claude Code instances from your phone or another device. So if you kicked off a long build or a multi-step task and walked away from your computer, you can have a check on it, interact with it, or manage it from wherever you are. It's a convenience thing, but it's useful for anyone running long agent workflows. And the voice mode is also starting to roll out, but it's only live for about 5% of users right now. It will reach more people over the coming weeks. Once you have access, you type /voice in your Claude Code session and then you can hold space and speak into your mic. Claude transcribe it and execute whatever you said. It's not fully backed yet, but the direction makes sense. There is also a new simplify command worth knowing about. After you have made code changes, you run simplify and Claude will review the diff, look for duplicate logics, messy naming, unnecessary complexity, and then actually edit the code rather than only suggesting changes. It spawns parallel sub-agents using Heku to make the analysis faster. You can change the routing model if you want more depth, but the key thing is that it modifies the code directly after you approve the changes, not just leave the comments. And the Slack integration is now available as a plugin too. You can connect Claude Code directly to Slack, which means your agent has context on what's being discussed in your team channel. For dev team that contribute a lot through Slack, having the AI actually aware of that context is very useful. Alright, so there is also a schedule task and /loop feature. Up until now, every AI tool works the same way. Like you open it, you type something and it responds. and then it sits there waiting for you to type something else. The whole thing is reactive. It only does anything when you specifically ask it to do. That's fine for a lot of use cases, but it means you are always the one who has to remember to check things, kick things off, or follow up on something. The slash loop command breaks that. You type slash loop followed by an interval and a prompt, and Claude Code set up a cron job that fires that prompt repeatedly in the background while your session is running. For example, slash loop 5m check if the deployment finished and tell me what happened. Claude parses that, convert it into a cron expression, schedule the job, and confirm the job ID. From that point on, every 5 minutes, Claude runs that check automatically without you doing anything. You can go as short as 1 minute or as long as days. Natural language works too. So you can create something like check the build every 2 hours and it will understand that without needing a formal cron expression. And if you want a one-time reminder rather than a loop, you just describe it in plain language and Claude schedule a single fire task that deletes itself after running. The limits are up to 5 tasks per session. Tasks auto expire 3 days after creation and they are session scoped, meaning they live only in the current Claude Code process and disappear when you exit. The scheduler check every second for due task and prompt fire between your turn, not while Claude is mid-response. There are few real-world use cases that makes this click. For example, checking error logs every few hours and having Claude automatically create pull requests for any fixable bug. Also, auto-monitoring pull requests with self-fixing capabilities and generating morning Slack summaries. Those are not hypothetical. Those are the things that you can actually set up today with slash loop. Now there is an important distinction to understand here. Session scoop tasks via slash loop are great for in-session monitoring, but they don't survive a restart. If you need something that runs even when Claude Code is not open, there are two other options. Desktop schedule tasks, which are persistent and run on a visual schedule as long as the Claude desktop app is open, and also GitHub Action for fully unattended server-side automation that does not require your machine to be running at all. Desktop schedule tasks are basically the more durable version of slash loop. You go to schedule session in the desktop app, click new task, fill in the prompt, pick a frequency and Claude saves it. Every run gets its own fresh session with full access to your files, MCP servers, skills and plugins. You can even enable work tree isolation so scheduled runs don't interfere with whatever you are manually working on. GitHub Actions integration takes it even further. You can define a workflow file with a cron schedule that runs Claude Code on a server without any active terminal session. This is useful for things like running a weekly dependency audit, checking for security vulnerabilities, and automatically opening a PR with fixes every Monday morning. The honest limitation right now is session scope. You close the terminal, everything is gone. For genuinely autonomous workflow that survive restart and run overnight, desktop schedule tasks or GitHub Actions are more appropriate. Slash loop is more useful for in-session monitoring while you are actively working. Think of it as a difference between a security camera and a construction crew. Slash loop watches and report. Schedule tasks and GitHub Actions actually do persistent work. But even with that limitation, being able to type one line and have Claude check on something every few minutes in background is a real change in how you can use this tool, especially for long build, deploys or any situation where you are waiting on something and don't want to keep manually checking. So that's it from the video and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.